Hi Ellie.
Hello.
So you studied nutrition?
Yes, I did that in Scotland, up in the north, in Aberdeen, for 4 years.
What was it like? Did they promote veganism on the course?
It was rather difficult at some point. Well, first of all, it started out as really boring because it was kind of a repetition of my high school, different school system and stuff like that. I was kind of backed up by some lecturers, especially regarding obesity and cancer. Most other times it was more like but there was luckily in my last year another vegan in the class who was doing masters in nutrition, so I was like, finally someone who shares the point of view with me.
What did you do your dissertation on?
I did it on how plant-based, how high-protein plant foods can provide a similar satiety as animal protein can, or even higher. So pretty much the conclusion was that buckwheat seems to be the most saturating of all the 5 different plant proteins that we tested against animal protein. So they bad, eh?
Everyone should eat that one then.
Exactly. I'm really such a high promoter of buckwheat ever since that.
So what is your day job?
I work as a chef de partie in Raw at La Suite West Hotel in Bayswater area. So that is my job, being a chef in a vegan restaurant. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, that's really cool. So what would your dream job be?
This is kind of my current dream job. Eventually I would like to progress on to actually owning my own restaurant somewhere in a hotter climate where I could actually grow my own fruit and veg, as I do kind of like to promote raw food as well, and have my restaurant there and have my 20 adopted cats there, from the shelter. And if all goes well, then you have a guest house there and then also a music venue, so I can host all my favorite rock stars there.
Yay!
That's the dream.
What type of music are you into?
I kind of like anything older than I am, or at least music that started before I was born. So from 60s, when glam metal, glam rock got started, classic rock, prog rock, hair metal, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies and interests?
I do keep a blog, which isn't too active at the moment, but cooking was my main hobby until I now became a chef, so that is actually my job now. Still a hobby, I have to say, I do enjoy it a lot. Music is definitely my second hobby. Sports and stuff, keep myself active, vegan for health partially, so yeah.
So you're from Estonia?
Yes.
What's it like being vegan there?
I was there when I was vegan, I was there for less than a year, but it's going really well. I know many vegans there. The veganism has spread a lot there compared to when I was still there 4 years ago. And yeah, now there's vegan restaurants, vegan cafes, places have special vegan options clearly marked. There's even a raw place there, which is pretty amazing, like different kind of health stores that we do here with different cafes and stuff. And another friend of mine has like their own cookbooks out, and it is because it's such a small country, the population is so small, then all the ideas spread really fast and are taken on really easily. So yeah, it's actually, I think, pretty easy, except like I have to say, compared to the UK, there's less accidentally vegan stuff, but there's more dedicated vegan stuff, like vegan sausages and stuff you can get from any kind of supermarket really, but then soy milk and stuff like these are a lot more expensive than they are here, so it's kind of like, not win-win, but it's about the same as here really, I have to say. Yeah.
Do you think it's important to have a good community and support system when you go vegan?
It definitely helps, I think. Like, I went vegan after I had met a person that inspired me to look into veganism, because there was he all alive and well, healthy. So I thought, well, it must be, actually possible then. So it kind of did motivate me quite a lot to actually go vegan. I was thinking of being vegetarian before that. No, so yeah, I just went vegan. but some people do require a lot more support than the others do. I don't find it that important, but now over time, you know, or for years, I have kind of accumulated friendships around me that are mostly only vegan or vegetarian, so I'm quite happy about that.
So what influenced you to take the final step into becoming vegan?
For me, it was just to know that I can get all my nutrients from plant-based sources, or that for B12 vitamin that is the questionable is really not worth you know, killing an animal to actually get it. So for me, it wasn't really a rocket science once I actually knew where to get all my nutrients from.
Are there any special foods people can eat to get their iron and their B12?
Yes, there's like in the UK especially, there's a lot more food supplemented with those nutrients that are usually deficient. There's also all the nutritional supplements available separately, you know, like the Vegan Society does, like multivitamins and stuff like that as well, that people tend to go overboard with. I don't quite recommend those, but never mind that. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like to say that all the nutrients should come from whole foods, you know, nutritionist. But you have to kind of manage your diet well enough then to be sure that you do incorporate enough of the different foods in your daily menu to get all of the nutrients that you need. But then it's such a vague science as it is actually, because you know, everyone's needs are different, so you can never really pinpoint, you know, the exact amount that you need. The recommendations are based on 97.5% of the population's estimated needs. So I'm sure that, you know, every person lies, you know, somewhere on the scale, but it can be, you know, a tenth of the amount that it says, but it can be just, you know, like a tenth more than it says as well. So it's really just, you know, like, do what you feel like.
Do you know anyone who's died from not eating meat?
Not personally, definitely not, but of course you see all those Facebook posts everywhere. It's like, yeah, I know that one person, you know, who raised their kid vegan, you know, like, and that kid was so small. I'm like, well, sorry, you know, not my kid.
Do you have any tips for people that want to go vegan?
Find a good enough reason to stay to it. You know, people always came to me like, oh, but you know, like, how about this aspect? I'm like, well, yeah, like, even if, you know, my grandmother does have, you know, hens in her garden and I can get the eggs from there, then it's still not healthy, so that's why I won't eat it. So yeah, I just have a really good backup for, you know, all those questions or attacks, kind of really is like just why you can stand on your feet, you know, regarding veganism. I kind of did tattoo with vegan as I was, I think, 8 months vegan, so I was like, well, I can't change the tattoo, so why should I change my point of view, really? So yeah, that's how I stood my ground. So yeah, just, if you feel that's the right thing to do, you know, regarding animals, your health, the environment, everything really, then there's no reason why you shouldn't, because it is really easy. Can we see your tattoo? Sure.
It's somewhere.
Because I had to hide it.
Yeah, cool.
I do have the vegan chef as well. That was kind of my other aim. Designed by my sister.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.